Saxthorpe Farms and brought the tractor back from seeding and need to repair. I repaired the tractor. It's about £2,000. The seeder is okay. This needs repairing. I guess the seeder doesn't do any work. Although neither does the weight, and the weight needed repairing, so that's kind of weird. Job for this video, and it's going to be tomorrow in game, is to roll or weed and then hopefully roll the field that we planted. So we'll see how we get on with that. Obviously the plan is to do those jobs through May, so I was hoping, and I couldn't see one, that I could get an 18-meter roller so that I could just run in tram lines, but it doesn't seem that there is one. There are bigger ones, but I don't have a high enough horsepower tractor at the moment, so I think we're going to have to do that, ignoring tram lines. So a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. But with the weeder, I can run in the tram lines because it's 20-something meters, so 18-meter tram lines will be fine. Let's get this in the shed. The weeder is just there, which we are in the 7250, so that's good. Haven't checked the sails. Should do that before we sleep. It's due to rain most of the rest of the day, so I'm going to skip ahead to the next day. Let's just quickly check the sails. Oh, no, we don't need a 3-meter seeder. That would be quite cool if we had the cow farm already. So tempted by this. I think we want bigger than a 30-foot header. I'm looking at probably that combine. So actually, if we did go for that combine, we do want the 30-foot header, or we go up a level for 19 grand, and we could get the 40-foot. I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger on that. I think that's not what I want. Another Derry on the tanker. Nope. 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 Nothing particularly that we need in there. And here's the rain inside the shed. I obviously need to get the roof fixed. So I'm going to skip ahead and I will see you in the field. We have more rain in the forecast, but not until lunchtime, so we will see what we can get done. I was thinking about turning on traffic, but because I use auto drive a fair bit on here, probably don't want to do that. We just check the field now. We have weeds growing, weeder, which is what we have on the back, and we have knees rolling. pH is perfect, which is cool. Crop rotation is perfect, which is cool. Nitrogen is not, which we know because I didn't apply a full automatic load of fertilizer as I was going around with the seeder, so that's fine. We are going to have to go slightly wide of the first tram line so that the weeder is not running too much on the headland. Other than that, I don't think this is going to take too long to get done. Yeah, it is a bank holiday weekend in the UK. So doing this maybe shorter, a slightly random video to release on Monday, so that there is a video on Monday. There might be some gaps this week. I know I say that a lot. I have quite a lot going on this week with work and stuff, so if there is, there is. Yeah, so we're going to the office next week. We've got a couple of meetings away, and Mrs. D has got a hospital trip, so that's going to take up some time, some of the spare time that I would use for doing this. So we can at least run in one tram line. as of right now, I'm going to update it again. I'm checking this so often. It's almost as bad as when I was on the countdown to 1,000 subscribers. The countdown to, or the count up to 1 million downloads. I am at 999,177 at the moment. So just over 800 to go. That probably, I'm hoping by the time you're seeing this, I will have hit 1 million downloads on ModHub, which is nuts. And the majority of that is the mini BGA, which was my first mod and the one that kind of got me going on it. And then fixed crop prices, which was a random idea from someone. I don't remember who. And that's my most popular mod, and it's got like 300,000 downloads. So yeah, pretty nuts. Whoever gave me that idea, thank you. If you're watching, stick a comment below, because I really can't remember who it was, because it was a long time ago. But it was one that someone asked if it was possible, and it turns out, even with my limited knowledge, it was. So that was kind of cool. Because it's XML, it works on all platforms. Now, that does mean that it doesn't work with things like the Platinum Edition, and maybe someone did ask if I could update it for the Platinum Edition. What I might do is do an update after the Premium Edition comes out that does everything that Giants have added in the 2 packs. So might have to be a separate version. I don't know how it will work with don't know if Giants add the fill types in the DLCs or if they're in the base game. I would have to have a look. If they're part of the base game, then I can just add them and it'll be fine. If they're not, I don't know. But because it doesn't use scripts, it's just XML. So it works on all platforms. It's a bit more limited on what I can do. So we'll see. We'll see. I suspect because modders are going to be able to add the new crops to maps with the Platinum Edition, that they might be base game, and that would be cool because I can then do an update, and I will. I'm really looking forward to the Premium Edition. I probably keep mixing Premium and Platinum. I mean the one that's coming in November with the new crops and stuff. I think that's going to be really cool. Going to add a lot of options to things for like playing with Maize Plus with the feeding and adding those extra crops into the feeding. Yeah, it's just going to be really good. Should be really fun. It's Friday today for me. Last night we did the Terra Life Alpha testing stream, and I was using a class Azerion which had the tire pressure script built in, and I am really tempted, having played with it. It's just a visual effect at the moment. I am really tempted to add it to the tractors on here, just because it looks so cool. I think it would be fun. I don't know if it works with mud system. I don't know how well integrated that is, and how whether base game Giants, because the tires deform when you lower it. That's a feature that's built into the base game, I think. I don't know whether it recalculates all the tire size and stuff. I don't think it does. So whether mod would work with it, so that if it was muddy and you decreased the tire pressures to increase the length of the contact patch on the ground, something like that yesterday. It's not about width, it's about the length. It's not what she said. Then that would be cool. So we'll see. Yeah, I didn't realize it was something that is it looks relatively easy to integrate into vehicles. Paul did say last night that it was easy to integrate, but easy for someone like Paul is not necessarily easy for everyone, but it does look quite easy. So I want to have a play with it, see if I can do it, see how hard it is. I did say yesterday that I would not do a tutorial on it, but if it turns out that it's really easy, really easy, I might. So yeah, stay tuned. Because it's kind of a cool feature. Kind of a cool feature. So I'm only going to do one headland because I think we can easily enough turn around in the space that we are generating. And then I'm just going to run up and down the tram lines. And in theory, I shouldn't need to worry about VCA, but I can stick it on. It looks like we might have the VCA course saved still, which is a real benefit of staying in the same tractor. I might just be able to bung VCA on once I've done this, and for this it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't matter at all. But I'm starting to think about when we get as part of TerraLife, when compaction comes in, and trying to run, you know, control traffic and working on the tram lines as much as possible. Now, I should probably have bigger wheels and tyres on here, or duals. No. I still slow that down. Just trying to see. We have 710s on here. Yeah, we probably want some wide tyres on here for a lot of stuff. So it's only a 6 metre working width at the moment, but we can go into VCA and we can increase that to 18. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to 6. And I'm going to skip rows. If we skip 1, we'll go there. If we skip 2, we'll go. So we're going to skip 3 rows, I think. Not 4, 3. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, so unusually I am recording the voice live, so I want to try and get some sort of video done for Monday, and then yeah, there may be a bit of a gap. We will see. I'm going to get a few bits done and I'll be back. Making some decent progress. Got a number of rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 5 rows done. So not too much left to go on this. Looks like I might be able to get the rolling done before the rain hits. It depends how long it takes. We've got until midday-ish. I've never put a weather station in to see how it affects this, because it says it affects the accuracy. Maybe it tells you the exact time. Something I should look at. Maybe what we should do is recheck the sails, because we can see a lot has changed. That would be nice eventually, but not now. Valtra, nope. Oh, the 40-foot Fendt power flow at half price is very tempting. We're going to combines Fendt. Guessing that goes with the ideal, the 40-foot Fendt power flow. Which is it? 30 grand. 20. 2500 gift. It doesn't really matter if I repair it. I'm very tempted to get that. I'd have to get a trailer to store it, but I'm very tempted to get that. Decisions. That is, now I wanted to go Massey, but it's essentially the same combine, so that is what I wanted to get. Or a version of what I wanted to get. No more contracts. We do have a fertilizing contract up on field 35, which is up here. I think we already fertilized it once, but you know, let's do it again. And VCA auto turn is working, I suspect, with the overlap. Although we're not going right into the headland, we're probably covering everything, so making the job nice and easy, which is cool. What would the trailer cost for that? So I know you can't get the combinations in there, but we can just go in here. Vent power flow. See, so 10 grand for the trailer. That's not that much. So in total, it would cost us 43,000. So if we did that contract, we could afford that. I might roll the field. I could just send the worker off to do the contract while I roll the field. Or I could get Courseplay to roll the field while I go and do the contract. Either way, I think that would give us enough money. Yeah, it would. I think I'm going to do that. Obviously, we'll get the shop to put the header on the trailer for us. But yeah, I think I'm going to do that because that is essentially the combine I wanted to get. Is there any difference? We can get the much cooler joystick steering on the Fendt version. I mean, it's going to be mega expensive. But, you know, ultimately we're going to need something like that. So, yeah. Yep. That's the plan, I think. Getting pretty close to being done with this job now. This has been quite an interesting test actually, because as I'm doing this, I have a video rendering in the background and everything is behaving really well. So that's cool. It's good to know that I can do both at the same time. It's not often that I will need to. I actually think that I might not need to do the other run along here. I think we might be okay. I think this might be like, I mean, I've got to run back down the field anyway, so I might as well run down the tram line as trying to stick to the tram lines where I can. Yeah. And then, yeah, I think I'm going to get Courseplay to roll the field. Because we spent a lot of time in this field, and I'll take the other 7 Series up to field 35 and do the FERT contract. And that will allow us to buy the combine header that I want. We might not be able to afford the combine this year, but I might as well get the header while it's on sale. Who knows? If we buy the header, maybe the combine will appear as well. I don't know if there's anything like that with, you know, sales linking together. But it seems silly to not get the header at half price. Yeah. And Massey versus Fendt doesn't really matter, and the Fendt does have that cool joystick control option, which is just something a bit different, so why not? Chatting to Paul last night about bigger tractors, and he was saying about, isn't a 9 Series big enough? And he mentioned 450 horsepower, which they don't go to. But what has made me wonder is, what can a 9 Series be, say, chipped up to? You know, could I get a 9 Series up to 450 horsepower for the big fieldwork jobs on here? I don't actually. So I have this one installed, which goes to 363. I don't have the other big tractors that I'm interested in installed, but basically things like quad tracks. If you watched the Green Valley video with Cartech at the weekend, I think he mentioned it in the video. He had a quad track drive past him on the roads in the UK this week, last week. And you know, FSG did a video with a farm that had, they're very definitely a thing in the UK with a farm the size we're going to have. I think they fit. So, but you know, that's another, just using base game one with a decent engine, you know, another 600 grand. We're looking at £1 million on the 2 big bits of kit that I want to get. And that's a big field instead of 2 tractors or 2 vehicles. So, you know, pretty sure we can lift up, hold up now. Travel a little bit faster. We better forward before we start blasting at 38 miles an hour. Would not be good for the kit. There we go. It's off the ground now, so should be fine. Vaguely sticking to the tram lines. I'm going to have to do some research on controlled traffic farming, I think. Other than just asking Paul about how, it, you know, about his experience with it. So definitely something I want to learn more about. One of the big things, and it's definitely something that I am very guilty of. You will have noticed if you were paying attention with Field 5 that I was using that as a cut across through the winter. And that's the sort of thing you don't want to do, because you're going to end up compacting part of the field just from driving across it randomly, potentially compacting it. So yeah, it's something that I am going to have to stop as a bad habit, and particularly when we get into playing Terra Life, it will have crop destruction. And so, you know, driving across a grass field is going to destroy some of it or knock it back a few levels. So definitely going to have to be much more aware. If you watched the VOD of the stream, you will have seen that I destroyed a pretty big chunk of grass going into one of the fields because I went the wrong way with the combine. So yeah, I'm just going to let this go on course play and knock the size down a little bit. 3 headlands. Big overlap. There we go. Hope that can get to work. We will jump in the 7230, which could do with a little bit of a repair, but I'm going to ignore that. Grab one of the spreaders. We have any fertilizer in the shed still? I think that's fertilizer. Or is it lime? That is fertilizer. So we'll back up and fill up with that. And with a bit of luck, that'll be enough to do that contract. We don't have to buy any more. In we go. Right, there's almost nothing in that one. I'll fill up and I'll see you up at field 35. Just going past one of my favourite bits of the map, the cow farm. Thompson Briscoe did a cracking job setting this up, and I can't wait until we purchase that and get stuck into doing some animal work. Although I did say that I'm not planning to do that for a while, because it is kind of nice not having to do lots of animal work. So yeah, I'm contradicting myself there, but really nice farm. A really nice farm. I've got about, put the time back, sorry, slowed the time down, so I was doing a few other things. We've got about 30 minutes in game until it's going to rain, so we're going to see if we can get through this in that time. Not sure if we will or not, but we'll give it a try. Not a massive field. It's not tiny, so added a little bit more fur in because I wasn't sure if there was going to be enough. I didn't want to run out and have to trip all the way back down. So hopefully we've got enough. We're not using it at a particularly high rate, so yeah. And then I'll probably buy the bits, but we'll pick them up from the store next time. I just don't want to miss them, basically. Well, kind of annoying. I was looking at the trailer that we need, and in the sales is the next size down. Spending a lot of time in the sales section today, so we've got the combine, the header there, and that's the trailer for a 30-foot header. So obviously whoever brought the 30-foot header that they had didn't buy the trailer. I know, it's a little bit robbly, but kind of amused me that, again, it's linked kit coming up in the sales, so maybe if we buy the header, the combine will come up, and we can pick the combine up for like 200k or something. That'd be really good. That'd be really good. I am going to keep the two Deutz combines we've got because I think they'll be useful to have as we expand. The more we can have working at the same time, the better. Even if that's contracts while we're still buying fields, or if it's our own field, so we can get jobs done quicker. And then, if we get our own fields harvested quicker, we can go over to the oaks. We could take a big combine to the oaks. Probably wouldn't take the smaller ones, but we could take the big combine over to the oaks and do some work over there, and that'd be kind of cool. I'm still pondering whether I should, and the land's really expensive over there, but there are some small plots that aren't too bad. Whether I should set up a small yard there so that when we do have excess kit, I could spend some of it there and leave it there, so when contracts crop up, they can just be done because the equipment's there. Curious what you think on that. Good idea, bad idea, making things too complex. I don't know. It's just a way that will allow us to earn a lot more money so that we can progress with the huge amount of the map that we have left to buy. Because, that day of contracting on the Oaks, I earned 300 grand. So we could use that to progress things a bit quicker. Not that I'm in a massive rush, but once we've got this done, once we've got the rolling done even, there are a few other fields of ours to fertilise, and that'll be it until harvest. So, unless we're picking up contracting, we can progress quicker anyway. I think next month, check time saving stock check. I have it installed on here. July is best price for soybeans. No, I can't. Let's go into the price list. Soybeans. Yeah, July or August, we're going to get best price for soybeans, and we have only 9,000 litres. So it's not going to be a lot. A little bit of cash coming in. 20 grand or so, It will help us keep paying the bills. My only concern is actually the loan payment's not too high. We might be okay. We might have to borrow a little bit of money to make the loan payment, or pick up another contract if one comes up. Okay. Yeah, it's going to take about an hour to do the rolling, so I'm going to just let Courseplay do that. I will stop it when the rain has set in a bit, because you wouldn't roll a muddy field But I can just, restart that whenever and maybe finish it in the next game day if we need to. We've got plenty of time. Which, as I said, is why I left doing Field 10 until May. I guess the last day we could have planted sorghum, but it just means harvest will fall in September, which is fine. We're going to probably have some fields to harvest in July or August. So I think August through September and October is going to be quite busy. And might not buy the combine this year to go with the header. We might just store the header in one of the sheds until we've got a bit more spare cash. We could lease the combine. No, I said no leasing, didn't I? We can't lease the combine. So we won't do that. Oh, not a problem. We could borrow the money for the combine. That is something that is an option. Almost done. And, that will be me on a 3-day weekend. Well, 3.5 days, technically, which will be cool. Not much planned. I do have a list of jobs in my brain I want to get done, but we'll see how that goes with how my brain behaves, I've got to the point where I don't beat myself up if I don't get stuff done. If my head's bad, it's counterproductive. There we go. And I've got a bit more of a discount with East Coast Farms. We are at the maximum for that, but it does store it. So if we buy a field that East Coast Farms owns, then we will still retain some level of discount. So contracts, collect, reset the store delivery point, and actually I set that to go back to that'll do. We'll jump down to the store and buy our new bits. What's in the back here? Sure, they won't mind. Oh, cool. It's like an into the workshop. Nice. Very cool. Back into the showroom. And, right. Your finest used header. We do have the money spare for the trailer. I'm just going to make sure I get the right one. No number plate. Spare no. Stay black. I think let's buy that as well. And there it is. As the rain starts. Big beastly combine header. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks to the YouTube channel members and patrons. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Any comments, questions, or suggestions, stick them below. I'll see you next time.